Has it ever happened to you? Maybe it was in business. Maybe it was in a social situation. Maybe it was in a relationship. Has it ever happened to you? Have you missed out on a potentially life-changing opportunity? Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Today I'm going to share with you a story, a true story about me. It happened when I was a kid. I was in high school. My best friend. I'm going to change the names to protect those who were innocent. Let's call him Greg. Me and Greg, we did everything together. We went cruising together. We went to the arcade together. We went to parties together. We did everything together. Wherever Greg went, I went. Wherever I went, Greg went. We were always together. We did everything. We got along so well. One day, we're at Greg's house, sitting there on the couch, watching TV, as we did often. But this day, something happened. The door opens, and in walks this ray of sunshine. Greg! Who is that? Jim, you don't talk to her. But Greg, who is that? Whatever you're thinking, Jim, you let it go, because that is my sister. You do not talk to her. But Greg, watch the TV, Jim. This was the beginning of a bit of an adventure for me. At the time, I was 16. Greg was 17. His sister, Hannah, was 15. Greg used this every day to torment, twist, push, poke, and prod, and just try to annoy me as much as he possibly can, because as teenagers do, we annoy each other as much as we possibly can. It was a wonderfully horrifying experience. One day, I finally got smart. I call up Greg. I say, Greg, why don't you meet me over at the pizza place? Meet me there at 6. He said, great, Jim, I'll meet you there at 6. Of course, I already knew that it took Greg 10 minutes to go from his house to the pizza place. At 5 minutes to 6, I'm knocking on Greg's door at his house, knowing that Greg was not there, but his sister, Hannah, was. Hannah, where's Greg? I thought he was going to meet you. Oh, darn, that's right. I was actually supposed to meet him at the pizza place. How are you doing today? After a few moments of chatting with Hannah, I was on my way to meet with Greg. I had already known that Hannah had some interest in me as well. So, afterwards, Hannah had pushed a little bit harder to hang out with me and Greg. Because as you know, Greg having a sister that was 2 years younger than him, he didn't really want to spend any time with her. So it was really difficult for me to find time to just even hang out with her at all, to say hi to her, because Greg made sure that we missed each other always. From that point on, she actually started hanging out with us a little bit. It was great. I had my best friend Greg was there. I had this ray of sunshine, Hannah, was there. It was amazing. However, it was short-lived because Greg was not too keen on the idea of having his younger sister hang out with us all the time. A day came, I was supposed to go do this with Greg, and I was supposed to go do this with Hannah. So I was caught in a dilemma. What do? Do I go hang out with my best friend Greg? Do I go hang out with the ray of sunshine we call Hannah? The choice was obvious. I go hang out with Hannah. From that time on, things made a huge transition. I spent all of my time with Hannah, very little with Greg from that point on. It was okay, Greg had plenty of other friends. Hannah and I did everything together. Video arcade. She didn't like cruising, but we went to movies. We went to parties. Everywhere that Hannah went, I was, everywhere that I was, Hannah was. It was incredible. Then the day comes. We're at Hannah's house, alone. Been in this situation many times. No big deal. However, this day, Hannah invites me upstairs to her bedroom. I don't know exactly what we're doing, but okay. So we go up to her bedroom. Then it happens. She starts to take her clothes off. What am I going to do? Then I had a moment of clarity. Very clear. I realized what was going on. Hannah was changing her clothes in front of me. Like I was a girlfriend. No! The friend zone in a huge way. The bigger slap in the face came a few days later. She announces to me that she has a date with my good friend Bob. To make it even worse, she of course asked her best friend to help her pick out clothes and prepare for the date. Even so much to make sure that I was there when Bob came to pick her up. And I did. Bob comes and picks her up. As they're leaving, the door's not even closed when Hannah's parents turn to me and say, "Jim, I thought you were dating Hannah." I share the story with you. Do you know what happened? What happened to me during that time? Fear. Huge, huge fear. Afraid of loss. Loss of Hannah? Maybe. Did I really ever have Hannah? What if I had said something? It was a turning point in my life. Now when I see an opportunity, I seize it and I move forward. I now, today, use that fear as fuel and I see my opportunities. Madam President.